list here of attendees. Alrighty, so I'm going to copy the agenda, if you will, the docket. And it keeps entering, and it won't enter. So, what do you do when it keeps shift entering on you? Hack. Thank you. I'm sitting here trying to get into this text box, and it won't let me. I can't seem to get out of the text box.
Control A, delete.
No, it still won't. Let me start over 1 second. I'll be right back.
While he's waiting, the meeting's. I'm just kidding.
This is the weirdest thing I think I've ever seen. Oh, and it's still here. I have no idea what's going on. I'm literally stuck in the text box and can't get out of it. So,
Did you
guess
try Alt-Tab?
That's not going to fix it. He's in the text box. Hit the tilde key 3 times and hit enter.
If you don't know what tilde is, what the heck?
It's not doing me good.
There
there we go.
Something happened.
Yeah, you
that was
completely blotted out the docket that you meant
what a
to paste.
riveting, what a riveting post.
There you go.
Choose your own adventure.
Okay, sorry about that, folks. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. We're going to start right away with the Wednesday game nights. They're going to continue 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. They're leaning to free-to-play games at the moment, like Quiplash, and I believe Keep Talking No One Explodes is coming up soon, too.
Next Wednesday. That is correct.
Hey.
For those that aren't aware, that's a game where basically only one person has to have the game. Everybody else goes through a manual. It is so much fun, and you will giggle.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely. There's a lot of game key giveaways lately. We have sort of a surplus of those. So if you come to that event, you're almost certain to hear 2-3 games at least get given away. So you might want to drop by and see that.
I was say if I was a comment about the giveaway, I think it's pretty awesome that you guys are that the organization is pretty cool.
We try to spice things up a little bit.
Let's see. I believe the number Rob mentioned to me would power game nights if we did one game a night for almost a year. So we're just going once a week. Humble.
Yeah. Plus, to the generosity of others, we actually had already had a small stockpile before he even jumped in. Some of the keys might be things that some of you have already got. We'll just have to see us play that by ear. I wanted to remind everybody, in case I added, that we can't see the game channels in our server unless you join a role for one of those game channels, or you get the overarching role, which is called Game Watcher. This is to cut down on clutter. Like if you really don't want to worry about the game channels, you don't have to see them. And Sky's put down how you can join the overarching role if you need to. Pretty simple. Once you get that, anything that's posted in like Don't Starve or Terraria or any of those channels, you're going to see it right away. And if you typed it in and it said role removed, it means you already had the role and you just flip the switch, turn. As of just a little while ago, we now have a new text-only channel for the micless. They can be random in, so like some of you may have seen in the past people who are typing only in like Hangout or in the lounge, and they seem to be holding a one-sided conversation. It's because they are typing in response to people in a voice channel. So now they have their own channel. It's called Hall of Spontaneity. That was added just a little while before the meeting, actually. Football wanted everybody to be reminded that we have our next Halo custom game night. It's going to be next Saturday, a week from tonight, at 6:30 p.m. Central, which I think is what, 4:30 Pacific and 7:30 Eastern. So Halo game night.
Yummy.
And football, if you need any access to any game keys for your event, let us know. We'll drop some to you. Okay, so before I go to the last thing that I really have on my agenda, does anybody have any open meeting business they'd like to throw out right now?
Oh, actually, I'm going through my notes. AWS discussions. Is that gonna? Did you want to try to get something on the calendar later on down the line for that?
Well, that's actually going to feed into the next topic just a little bit.
Oh, okay. I'll be quiet.
Well, now let me tell you how that's going. The first thing that we wanted to do is we wanted to clean a lot of the issues we had with our website and its software and so on, so that we weren't taking a horrible, busted, error-prone website over if we do port over. And we still have till like October, so we're not dragging our feet. But like this entire last couple of weeks, we've been going through a website revamp in such a way as to get rid of all the mess that was. So that kind of feeds into the topic I'm about to cover in just a minute. But I wanted to make sure anybody else had anything before I cut. So anybody else have any questions that don't relate to the website specifically? Alrighty. Well, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know that the forum have been open for business this whole time, which really is not earth-shattering information. Most people know that. Most people don't use them. So, but the website itself has been under maintenance mode for quite a while. And so unless you're logged into the administration backend, you're basically unable to see anything of the website. As of like 5 seconds ago, the website is open again.
Ooh.
I'm opening it now because in general, it's been revamped and we've gotten rid of a lot of really bad stuff that was bogging it down and making it. We were getting all kinds of errors every day in its backend. So it should be working now. And I'm releasing it because I'm pretty sure most of it has been tested. If you find any errors or any problems with it, please let us know. We'll address them as soon as possible. But please look around. There is a ton of stuff added that was not there before. Right there in the top menu, we have a selection of blogs on the right. I offered the ability to have blogs to our staff first, And we do have a couple of staff things in there, including a custom-made section for Clarence's word of the day. They're now going to be on the website as well. We've got just all kinds of stuff. If you sat and went through every page on the website, I'm sure it would take you at least an hour, because we've got all kinds. You are not seeing anything yet. I don't want to get people's, like this opinion that all kinds of great stuff is coming, but I will say that what you can't see under the hood, our website card to a super card overnight. It's got so much under the hood right now, I couldn't even begin to tell you what it can do. You'll see in the coming days. Well, actually, Ongur's articles were articles that he had put up that he had written for his church a long time ago. And I asked him if we could post them on Facebook, and we posted them like last year. And I'm reusing them there on the website. But I would like to see him continue. There's other people that I would love to see possibly use the blog. Yes, Megs, we have a Facebook, we have a Twitter, we have a Steam group, we have a YouTube channel, we have all sorts of stuff. Exactly why we wanted to revamp the website. So you could go there and you could see just how much you may have missed. As a matter of fact, the Facebook, you do not have to be a Facebook user or logged into Facebook to see our feed. We actually have a page under the resources section. Somebody specifically requested that we have our Twitch stream and chat on a page somewhere in the website so they could watch our Bible studies through there. That is now in the resources section as well. We do not have a TripAdvisor, but thank you for asking. But anyway, yeah, at this time, you're going to notice a few things about the website. Some of those would be, we have places where you can take part, where you can, we have a thing called the link library where you can submit your own links, and once they're approved for use, they'll be added to the link library. We have a volunteer job board where if you want to do things like help take the minutes for meetings or maybe curate our calendar. Yes, we have a calendar. We have jobs. Notice the word volunteer. It's important. Look, Bob, there's your first payment. Alrighty, so I wanted to mention that. Like I said, it would take a lot of time for everybody to see the entire website and to see all the things that it can. The main thing that you may notice right away is that you can go to the forums on the menu and you can click through and go to the forums, but the forums still look exactly the way they used to. One of the first things the revamp needed was the website and the forums were integrated and bridged together, and now they are not. So now the website is not being held down by the weight of the database and stuff for the forums. So if you do have any pages that take a little bit of time to load, it is our web host's fault and not ours. Alrighty, I could talk about the website like till the end of time, so I'm just going to hush now and ask again if anybody has any open meeting business or any questions or any comments or anything relating to Ping Jockey talking about AWS or any of
Just one thing I would say. First things first. Good job. This is great. I'm actually really happy to see how it is. Another, just in case you need people to test certain aspects of the website as well as certain things you might be adding to the development of this project, please feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to test whatever you guys need.
Alrighty. Well, I do have a question. We were kind of tossing this around amongst ourselves. We're on a shared web host right now. Is it relatively safe to assume that using AWS, we're going to have like CDN level speed?
Yeah, I mean, so you'll be plenty fast. I think that you're not going to have any performance related issues. That's for sure. This is WordPress, right? The site.
Yes.
Okay. So I mean, really, to shuffle this thing over, all you're going to need to do is probably just back up the database, and that should really do it. Unless you've
That and the export tool probably.
Yeah, unless you slapped a whole bunch of stuff onto it, which it doesn't look like. So as long as you get the themes, the database, you should be good to go. The Forbes, is that PHP BB or what's that using?
It's
Yeah.
PHP B3. Yeah.
Okay, that should be pretty easy to move. I mean, really, the hardest part of the whole thing will be, swinging the IP and the domain, or updating the IP address and swinging the domain over to the new IP space and let DNS replicate. That'll probably be the hardest part.
Oh yeah, not really concerned as far as the move is concerned. I've moved some sites around before, but I guess what I was asking was, Amazon systems in general are
Yeah, they have CDN.
vast compared to shared hosts.
Yeah.
So we're not. I think most of our bogging down right now is the fact that we're on systems that are probably designed to have, like, let's say, I'm going to pick a number out of the air here. Say 5 people on the shared server, and I think our host probably puts about 15 people on a shared server.
Yeah, I mean, your any performance problem you have should be pretty much alleviated when you shuffle over. And honestly, I'm almost positive that WordPress is actually a SaaS offering from AWS, so you'll be quicker and cheaper when you run it in that manner. So yeah, no, you should be good. I mean, heck, I run a streaming music service app out of AWS and I have no problems. So
And that actually doesn't cost you an arm and a leg?
so I don't really want to tie the meeting down too much, but just to give you an idea, my total expense for the year in AWS cost was $680. The app has broadened revenue, equal to about person in South Carolina's normal income for the year, median income, to give you an idea.
So when you say $600 something a year, you're talking about a streaming service that's running 24/7?
24/7.
Wow. Because I mean, we're talking about a website that may or may not get pretty much any traffic at all. I'm trying to make sure that our new revamp had like a lot of content, a lot of ways that people could like interact with the website, so that it might see some more use. But a website that only gets used like once or twice a day is not gonna generate anywhere near that kind of cost. So that's
Right.
good.
So I mean, what my biggest costs are bandwidth and storage. I mean, for this site, you're not going to really have to use an EC2 instance. You should be able to get away with WordPress as a service. That's not going to cost too much. Storage is fairly cheap, and really it's bandwidth. That my biggest cost is bandwidth.
Well, again, yeah, that's really good news for us because I don't think our bandwidth is all that high. So.
Yeah, we when we get ready, as we get closer to start, getting ready to kick the project off, we can run through some calculations and make sure we have proper cost containment in play. So.
Alrighty, so I'm going to do another call for any open meeting business, or anybody have any more questions about the website or any of this information, including yourself, Ping Jack. I didn't mean to step on you there. I just want to make sure.
Oh no, you're good. No, I it's been a crazy week. I did want to throw out there that we've gotten some more folks playing Elite Dangerous. At some point, I'd love to get a whole bunch of folks out in the black. I'm even kicking around leaving my current squadron and spinning up a CC squadron if folks are interested. So
We had one for a little while. I'd love to see it dusted off and get people back.
I see there is one already. All right.
Well, again, I don't know. It's people could correct me if I'm wrong. Is that Ungirth originally the sort of admiral? Anybody?
Yeah, the CC Expeditionary Force, yeah.
The Expeditionary Force, that's epic.
Yeah, it was the CCEF.
Well, I tell you what, this is one of those things that sounds like it could benefit from. Maybe you could get together with Ungirth, even if it's in private messages, and just kind of see where we can go with that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we can have a sidebar at some point.
All right, so let me put it this way. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that Unger can have no issue with this or whatever. But just what I would speak to him about is basically is it okay to take the mantle of CCF and continue with it, or if you wanted to start something, whichever.
Yeah, I mean, I have a unique angle that I have a couple of contacts at FDev, so if we need stuff, it's just a matter of me kind of offering to get them stuff and things. So no worries.
Well, the only reason I'd like it to be like halfway official is because if anything at all gets halfway official, like if you get a game night or anything, and you come to me and you say, "Hey, we really need like a graphic for the game night. We really need somebody to mention it on Steam or Facebook or anywhere else."
Yeah.
I'm your guy, so I'd love to help promote it. So you guys figure out like if you want to get together with Sky's existing thing, or you want to get together with CC's existing thing, start something new, whatever you come up with. Approach staff, and we will do everything we can to make sure you have some game keys to give away during the night and all that good.
Yeah, because I was gonna even suggest, streaming, because I can do that too, and maybe set it up to be like, we'll call it the CC road, road to CC road to Sagittarius, something cool like that. We'll come up with something, whatever, and I could probably get a minor faction associated with our group. That's really easy. So, but just I digress. Lack of coffee.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. As of right now, just go ahead and start your own thing and start from scratch and just see who's interested. I mean, I don't know if you'll run into Ungarth anytime soon or not. I also wouldn't want you to be tied to our name if you want to come up with your own. So
This guy's gonna fight me. No. I'm fine with wherever you want, Sky. I'm good.
yeah, I guess. I mean, if he doesn't want to be in competition with Sky, I mean, you guys could get together and he could just Ping Jockey could help you populate your Planetary Dynamics group more. So whatever the case may be, I'll let you guys talk about it.
Hey, Neo.
Yes.
So I was just thinking, not to go off on a tangent here, but I was looking at the website again. Um, I'm not the most proficient in this, but I do work in the field. I was curious just about if you guys have like a security standpoint in mind when it comes to this website.
In the way of like, how do you mean security exactly?
Well, I've noticed in the past that a lot of WordPress sites do have open-facing public-facing directories. So I already saw that your WD content uploads was not being used, or at least publicly, because I've seen a lot of files leaked due to that way. So just was just asking if anyone has just done any basic vulnerability analysis or anything kind of to that regard.
Not in a couple of years. So any advice anybody has is absolutely welcome. I'll put it like this: the exact same thing that happened with Ping Jockey here, as a matter of fact. Anybody that is anywhere whatsoever part of our group or hangs out with us or anything, if you have anything you want to offer, any kind of suggestions, any thoughts, I'm more than happy to hear them. All of our staff love to hear from the people in our community, and it's for you. So if you have something you want to add, please do so. I'd love to hear any thoughts you have.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I might look into it, but I'm sure there might be people here that have already done it a lot more than I have.
I haven't done anything yet. We should tag up and talk.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I'm saying is like right now there's so few people that could really care less about the website in general. Most of my security for websites is going to be like really basic stuff. So if you find obvious vulnerabilities that are popular among websites, I would love to hear how I can get away from those.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk later.
Alrighty. So does anybody have any thoughts or concerns or suggestions or anything they'd like to talk about, any upcoming game nights or events or anything they would like, any talk about maybe the Star Wars movie nights, any of that stuff?
Ooh, Star Wars.
I think the Star Wars night went really well, other than the fact that I think there were some streaming issues. I know some people, or at least one person, mentioned that they were trying to do it. I think it was actually Rob, their own in-house design on how to stream movies to people. I wasn't sure if maybe we have a better option than just doing it via Discord stream, because I don't know if it always works that well.
Oh, you know what? That actually is a fairly good point. What we could potentially do is leverage something out of AWS instead of leveraging Discord. That way, you'd get folks to be able to you'd stream the movie via via an AWS service, and then chat about it on Discord or something. I don't know. Just trying to get quality of service and make it look nice.
I will at this time mention that CC has run since 2003 on donations. We do have a donate page on our website. Just wanted to let everybody know. We do need to start worrying a little bit about our finances. We didn't used to for several years because we always had a surplus. But with one of the reasons we're talking about AWS is because we don't really get positive level donations all that much anymore, and we have a certain budget that we're trying to stay under every year. And so any kind of like large project like that is gonna take some doings. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Right. No, I understand that. I mean, we'll talk. I don't foresee any major project being that god awfully expensive. Sorry, bad poor choice words. Yeah, we could definitely figure something out for sure.
We could look at like cost analysis and stuff like that.
That's one thing. I mean, certainly we could even go as far as, depending how we set it up, we can even do stuff like, what's this AWS transcoding service? I forget. I was looking at it too not that long ago.
Alrighty, well, again, not to walk on you guys, but we'll talk about it in tech chat if we can. Anybody else in here have any other open meeting business they want to talk about this evening? And if not, we'll go ahead and get staff into the closed meeting section to talk. No, not at all, Pete Jackie. As I've said repeatedly, we've asked over the years for anybody that wants to get involved, and sometimes we find these like diamonds in the rough. Like we found this young guy who literally came to us with a resume and was like, "How can I help?" And we humored him, and now he's a council member. His name's Sky Ranger.
Yeah.
Now he's sarcastic with a lot of us.
Yeah, that guy is sharp as all get out, man. I actually have him hopefully on a project working under something really cool. So
yeah, anybody that has any thoughts, that's what we're here for. That's what the meetings are for. If you're like unsure about speaking out in a meeting, you can always just message any of our staff, and they can like bring your thought or your opinion or anything you want to speak out, and they can do it anonymously. So if there's like one person in our staff that you trust to not mention your name or whatever, that you can do that. Alrighty, so if there's no more open meeting business this evening, I'm going to go ahead and ask that our staff start making your way into the closed section, and thank everybody for coming out. And 1